Today I've got a review of the Astrolux K01 in copper. A lot of the flashlights are made from aluminum because it's a good balance between cost, weight, and heat dissipation. Copper is awesome for heat dissipation, but it weighs a lot more and is more expensive. What drew me to the Astrolux K01 CU was that it's copper. It's high performance and it's low price, about $30 at time of purchase. Astrolux made some smart decisions on this light, like using a well-known and proven enthusiast driver. It's the same driver as the BLF A6, but I feel like they could improve on a few of the exterior designs elements to make this a better EDC. Full disclosure, Banggood did send me this light for review, and it has not influenced my review. So here's the light itself, and as you can see, it's really a nice looking light. And first thing I want to do is show you the size comparison, because this thing is a little bit larger than I expected. So here's a dollar bill. As you can see, it's pretty big. This light does run a 14500, so the same size battery as a AA. So I'll pull out some other comparisons to it. So here's the Raylight Brass Pineapple, which I really like, and I EDC this quite often. And as you can see, the copper light here is longer, and the head here is quite a bit larger in diameter. This Olight S1A is probably one of the smallest lights I have that runs in the same size battery. And as you can see, it's quite a bit smaller in length. And again, diameter, the head sizes are pretty different, but the tail sizes are similar. And just for comparison here, here's a titanium light as well, but more on that in a minute. What I really wanted to show you here was how it compares to a battery, a flashlight that runs an 18650. So this Olight S2R is rechargeable and runs in an 18650. I'll put a link to it later. And they are pretty much identical in length. So the copper light runs the 14500, only has 800 and so milliamp hours of battery life, or battery energy, and the Olight can run a 3600 milliamp 18650, so a ton more battery capacity. Being copper, I expected the Astrolux K01 CU to weigh quite a bit, but I wasn't quite prepared for how much it weighs. So here it is on the scale. As you can see, 6.88 ounces, so pretty beefy light. That is with battery. And here's the Raylight Brass Pineapple with battery, same battery and tritium, 3.77 ounces. And brass is not a light metal. Here is the Olight S1A with battery, 3.43 ounces. And I believe this one is steel, if I remember correctly. And lastly is the Claris MI7 Ti. And this one is titanium and 2.14 ounces. So between the heaviest and the lightest lights I have that run the same size battery, you're talking 6.88 ounces versus 2.14. And that's a really big difference. One other comparison I wanted to do was the 14500 versus the 18650 battery, since these two lights are the same height. So 6.88 ounces versus 3.56 ounces. So again, you're paying a pretty big penalty for the copper in this light. How this light carries in the front pocket to me was a little bit disappointing. The pocket clip here sits too low on the body, in my opinion. This causes the top of this light to stick out more than I wish. And I thought I was going to be smart, so I bought this pocket clip off the BLF A6 since it uses the same driver. I was hoping diameters would be similar. And I even had to grind the bottom off a little bit to make it fit here, but it doesn't work. It's a stupid idea. Don't waste your $2 in doing this. It just doesn't line up. It doesn't grip right. It's not made for the light. But it would have been about a perfect solution because it would have got your clip up almost to the top. So I really wish they'd come up with a deep carry clip for this. I think it'd make it a better light. I don't like that this sticks out of your pocket more. It's easier for the button to press, which I did have this happen a couple of times in the pocket. One of the other things I should note is this heat sink here. I really like the design of it. It gives you a nice grip, but the way the pocket clip hits, it's more likely to hit your pants and cause problems with tearing those up too. One other thing is this pocket clip does rotate some. It is possible. It is pretty stiff though in here, so I don't see that being a big problem like it is on some other lights sometimes. Machining for a $30 light is really good. The machine surfaces are well finished. They're high polish. I don't see any grooves or anything like that that are out of place. The knurling here is pretty smooth. It's not very deep, so it doesn't give you much grip. This is really your biggest part of the grip, I think, here. When you're holding it in your hand, you get a little bit of purchase on it yet. It does fit pretty well in the hand, I think, ergonomic-wise. While I don't like this heavier, thicker head for, while it's in the pocket, when I'm holding it in my hand, it's nice. I do wish this design was shorter, but you've got a lot of heat sink material in here, and I'll show how it comes apart here in a minute. In my heat sink test, this light got up to 104 degrees Fahrenheit, which is pretty well controlled for a light this size. My Raylight Brass Pineapple, I believe, off memory gets up to like 125, 130 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's so super hot to handle. After 10 minutes, this was just warm to the touch. Definitely safe and normal. And with this driver in here, that's what I'd expect to see. So this flashlight does come apart into 4 nice pieces, plus the pocket clip comes off. I think this helps make it more moddable, and with the driver in here, I'd expect people to do some bypasses and things like that, although you might need to make a new center tube to fit an 18650 and do some other creative machining. But it's nice everything comes apart like this. The O-rings really did not have any grease on them, and the threads even squeaked a little bit. And that's something that's rare to see on a flashlight these days, so I'll definitely be putting some grease on here. This light uses the A17DD-L FET1 driver, and this light driver was designed on the BLF forums for the A6 flashlight, and this is a great option to use. It comes with a couple of different colors that are available, I guess, and then it also comes with a ton of different modes that this flashlight runs in. And let me show that to you. It has a maximum of 1400 lumens. So this is the programming modes, and I'll put in a better picture here since it's not showing all the way on the camera. But it looks like it's a complicated flashlight to run, and to a degree it is. But once you have the flashlight in your hand, it's really easy to use if you just sit down with this diagram and learn how to use it. After a little bit of playing with the diagram, I pretty intuitively got it and now can get anywhere I need to. For the money, this driver is a fantastic choice, and you just won't find one with more modes currently on the market. If you'd be interested in me showing you the different programming modes, please let me know in the comments below and I'll consider making a video. If not, I'm sure there's other people on YouTube that have done the same thing. With this light having so many modes, I'm not going to show you them all, but I will show you a couple of them. So here's Moonlight. Characteristically, it doesn't really show on camera very well, but it's easy to bump up. So there's low. Keep walking through the different modes here. So this shows the beam pattern pretty well. This light is primarily a flood, but it does have a warmish center is what I'd call it. Here we can see it on the table, what it looks like. You've got a decent amount of flood with a warmish center. What I did want to show was some of the special modes. So here I'm in Moonlight mode. I press for 1.5 seconds and I get turbo. I press again, I get tactical strobe. I press again, I get battery check, which it flashes and tells you where it's at battery-wise, which is nice. And it keeps doing this. A lot of lights will only do it once. You've got to go through that sequence again. So I think that's a nice feature. And then one more time and you get this bike flasher mode. So it's a quick chirp and then on. Really a nice feature. Here are my nighttime shots of the Astrolux K01 in copper. Now this light has a little bit of a complicated UI, so I'm just going to go through the 7 modes and show you what they look like here in my backyard. So I've got the light on Moonlight right now. This is a very effective moonlight, very low, but as usual, it does not show up on camera. Bumping into mode 2, still very dim. I can see it on the tree just fine, but camera doesn't look like it's picking it up. Mode 3, You can start to see it on video. I think this is about all you'd need out hiking in a reasonable distance. It's enough light with quite a long battery life. Up to mode 4. Again, you can see it pretty well on the fence, on the tree. Mode 6. And the brightest, mode 7. Let me pan up a little bit into the tree. This is about 30 to 40 feet away. This light is very much a floodlight. Does have a warm center, I'll call it. This is the neutral white color. Very nice color index. And this is fairly bright. It does not look 1600 lumens bright in comparison, but that's because it is so much of a flood. So again, here is the top mode. Again, going through all of them quickly. So here's a couple more close-up shots. I just want to show you the light again. The reflector is double reflective coated glass, and it is got a nice orange peel inside there. And it's kind of a tactical bezel, but just disregard that. And the button is clear on this, but it does not have an LED inside and does not light up. There was some confusion over that at the beginning with this light. The appeal to me with this light was that it was a clear protected copper light for only $30, so it won't tarnish. Its performance is great since it uses the BLF A6 driver that's well known. And I like that it comes with a wide variety of LED tint options. I happen to get the neutral white. However, to make this a better EDC, I wish the pocket clip from the A6 fit so it would ride deeper in the pocket. I also feel like with this length, it should be running an 18650 to pick up the extra runtime. However, with its current design, that'd only make it longer. So I feel like it could be a bit more efficient in its design, physical design. I don't think I'll be EDCing this very often because of the pocket clip and the added weight. But when I want to mix it up, this light will be near the top of the list. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel and like this video. It should be an exciting next few months with all the new products from SHOT Show hitting the market.